All right, so I know a lot of you guys out there are like me, you make music from home and you ultimately want to release that music. So you got to learn how to mix and master. And that can be tricky for musicians who might not have a background in production. So you end up doing a lot of trial and error. I've done a lot of that, and there's a few things I've learned along the way. And I wanted to share with you guys a very quick thought in terms of what I think separates a pro mix from an amateur mix. Essentially, what I'm talking about here is the use of automation. More specifically, the artistic use of automation to bring a song to life and to help it breathe. So, most of us kind of get stuck on what I would consider step number one, which I call like static mixing. Things like learning how to use EQ to shape sounds and to create space in the frequency spectrum for each instrument, learning how to use compression to create glue in your mix and to control dynamics, learning how to use saturation to add harmonic weight, getting a good balance in your mix, good volume of each of the instruments, learning how to pan appropriately to create a sound stage. These are the first things we have to wrap our heads around, and I think a lot of us kind of get stuck there. If you want your mix to really come alive, you got to learn how to automate. And if you don't know what automation is, in short, it's in the name. It's automating certain aspects of the mix to come in and out during the mix. So pumping up volumes at certain points in the mix or bringing it back, taking in a heavy reverb here and there, maybe bumping up the volume on a lead vocal during a chorus when it gets big and heavy and the vocal gets buried a little bit, or boosting lead vocal air, in the last chorus to lift emotion, slowly panning an instrument during a mix to create a little bit more spatial awareness and make it move a little bit, bumping up the volume on a lead guitar when it's supposed to be, front and center. So back in the day before digital, when it was all analog, like this is what professional mixers did, like manually. They would sit at a mixer and while recording a live band, they would play with the phasers. They would do that manually in live. But now in the digital age, you can automate it all. So the system's going to do it for you and you don't have to. So you set everything up and it just helps your song breathe. It brings it to life. So if you haven't learned how to automate yet, do yourself a favor, do a little bit of research on it, learn how to do it in your DAW. And I promise it's going to be game changing for your mixes. So I hope this helps somebody out there.